So I actually think that Firelord Azulon was a good guy from a certain point of view. And I know this sounds crazy to say. Firelord Azulon, he's the guy who destroyed the entirety of the Southern Water Tribe, purged all the waterbenders, and he's also the guy who was Firelord for most of the 100-Year War and oversaw the most amount of carnage and casualties. Obviously, he was Firelord for about, what is it? So, about, let's say, so Sozin was Firelord for a long time, but Sozin began the war when he was 82 years old and he died when he was 102 years old. So Sozin was Firelord for 20 years, Azulon was Firelord for 75 years, Ozai was Firelord for 5 years, so 20 plus 75 plus 5 equals 100. So yeah, so Azulon was Firelord for 75 years. 75 years. So Azulon was Firelord for 75% of the war. So you're saying, so it's like you would say, well, this guy is so bad, like how can you say this guy is good? And so my reasoning is, obviously Firelord Azulon is a terrible guy, but I think when he tried to punish Ozai, he was like sort of trying to do a good thing, because Ozai was asking for Iroh's birthright. Ozai was asking to be the next Firelord. So Ozai is basically using Lu Ten's death. Ozai is using his own nephew's death. Ozai is using Iroh's son's death as an excuse to try and strip Iroh of the title of Crown Prince. So Ozai is using Iroh's tragedy as a means of furthering himself, furthering Ozai. So Ozai is being really selfish, and what he's doing is just so terrible and mean. So Azulon figures Ozai has to be punished. So Azulon figures, oh hey, since Iroh lost his son and is in mourning, and Ozai is being a jerk and trying to take advantage of Iroh's tragedy, I should make Ozai suffer the same tragedy. So that's why Azulon told Ozai to get rid of Zuko. And so, okay, now, of course, the caveat is there are theories out there that Azulon never really ordered Ozai to kill Zuko, but Azula made up the lie, and then when Ursa approached Ozai about it, Ozai just went along with the lie. Because maybe Ozai was so manipulative and calculated all along that actually he was planning on killing Azulon anyway, and he figured with by telling Ursa that Azulon was going to kill Zuko, Ozai could probably provoke Ursa to act and do something like poison Azulon. And so the thing is, you have to remember that Ozai was constantly spying on Ursa, so it's possible Ozai already knew that Ursa knew how to make the poison, and he was gonna have her do it anyway. So who knows what really happened, but assuming that Azulon actually did order for Zuko to be destroyed, then I mean, I think we can all actually say he was trying to do a good thing. He was just trying to punish Ozai for being a jerk to Iroh. So in a twisted way, Azulon, Firelord Azulon, who was Firelord for most of the 100-Year War and oversaw the most casualties, he's sort of a good guy. Sort of a good guy. Hate to say it.